Today we're raising Argenti. Where are you going? We prepared for him decently well, so we're just going to start leveling him up. We may need a few things, probably mostly the trace material, but I'll keep the farming relatively short. But also, there is level 80. And now the traces. No speed here for my boy. Starting with the main traces, I don't think his basic's going to be that important, but while it's super cheap, we're going to go ahead and get it to like level 3, I suppose is fine. His ultimate, of course, will be the most important. He is an ultimate DPS, so we're going to get that up to typical raising standards, which is 6. Skill, of course, is important as well, dealing some extra damage there. Talent, very important as well. It increases the amount of crit rate he actually gets. And yes, it only goes up 0.1. Maybe it goes up more later. Yes, here we go. We got 0.3. And that might not seem like a big increase, but it's 10 stacks. And level 6, we're up to 1.7, so 17 crit rate instead of 10. And then at 7, it jumps another 0.2. Let's grab the keys from the shop here. Taking a look at his bonus abilities. With his first one, he'll immediately gain a stack of Apotheosis, which is this crit rate stacking stuff. So it'll allow him to get the full stacks a little faster. His second bonus ability is pretty unique. So in content where there are multiple waves, he'll gain 2 energy for each new enemy that comes in. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab this one as well. And the final bonus ability, 15% more damage to enemies whose HP percentage is 50% or less. That's whatever. I'm not a huge fan of like conditional buffs, but it's definitely not bad. Besides that, we have all these little buffs here, mainly just attack and physical damage. For the raising mode, we'll get everything that does not cost purple keys, and we'll get his basic up to 4 because it still required blues. In total, from the stat bonuses, we got 14% attack and 3.2% physical damage and 4% HP. Overall, Argenti does seem like a pretty simple character. He has a big focus on AoE, but with single target potential if uses fully maxed out 180 energy ultimate. Taking a look at his Eidolons, E1 gives him 4% crit damage per stack of Apotheosis, which can stack up to 10 times. So it's basically 40% crit damage once you are a little bit further into the match there. 40% crit damage is definitely a big chunk. E2 is a little situational, a 1-turn 40% attack buff if there are 3 or more enemies on the field when using ultimate. I'm not sure why I didn't just read it. Rewording it that way just took the same amount of time anyway. With E4, you will start with 3 stacks of Apotheosis instead of 1, and the limit is increased by 2. So 8% more crit damage from E1 and like 4% more crit rate from his trace. Unless I'm missing something big here, E4 doesn't sound good at all, to be honest. Though of course at talent level 12, which you can get from E3, maybe it's a bigger deal. E6, very simple. Ultimate will ignore 30% of the enemy target's defense, which is definitely very solid. But yeah, overall, like a lot of characters, E0 to E1, I think would be perfectly fine. Anything past that, I mean, of course, until E6, where ignoring 30% def's pretty huge, but, and yeah, to be fair, E2 will happen often. There are often 3 or more enemies on the field, but not always. For the light cone, we are not going today as another peaceful day right now, because this is the cone I plan to keep him in permanently, so we'll save that for God mode. It's not even raised yet anyway. To be honest though, since we don't have a different raised erudition, I kind of don't want to raise one just to unequip it and never use it again. So I think we will use this one, but only get it to like level 60 for now. So there we go. We are going to have a lot less like base stats than we would with a, you know, maxed out light cone. But since it's an S5 battle pass light cone, I feel like that's fair. As for relics, this is a bit of a tough one. He will get the majority of his damage from ultimates. So I was thinking Inert Salsado for Link and Ball. One thing I'm actually not too sure about right now is if he wants an energy regeneration rope. Generally DPSs wouldn't, but in his case, since he needs so much energy and can recover a lot himself, any extra bonus I feel like would go a long way. One thing's for sure though, we do want a physical ball. I do think Firmament Frontline would be good alongside the new Hanya with the other new set, Land of the Dreams. Hanya is also physical, so would further boost Argenti, you know, 10% damage here. My Hanya is not raised yet. I'll make a separate raising video for her later, but for now we're just gonna go with whatever has the most promise. I'm sure we could get him faster than 135 and at least get the 12% damage bonus and 12% attack, but I am always more focused on main stat and substats rather than purely set, because the thing is most sets just translate to stats. So if you force yourself to go specific sets which have really bad substats, or even worse, not ideal main stats, you're overall going to build a weaker character. Ideally, you would have the right set and good substats and main stats, but that is quite tough. We'll go ahead and start with this one and see how it rolls. 4th sub is flat attack. If it can mainly avoid that and affect hit rate, it could be good. Rip off the band-aid. Okay, actually not bad. We got another attack roll and 1 crit rate roll. It's not horrible. It definitely could be better, but I think for now we'll take it. Unfortunately, our energy regeneration rate link ropes on the right set aren't great, but depending on how they roll, they could be. Again, let's just get it to 15 and rip off the band-aid and see what happens. Ouch. Very ouch. Didn't even touch the 2 better stats. We got 74 flat attack and 7 HP. Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna dump that into something else pretty much immediately. Like, even this one could be something if it just rolls into crit rate once or twice. Rip off the band-aid, not even gonna check 4th stat. Didn't touch crit rate, let's go. Mathematicians, what's the chance of that happening that many times in a row? Okay, game hates me as usual. We're probably just gonna give up on the set, to be honest, because yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of steal Clara's set for now because that's just not really working. It's 8 crit rate and 15% ultimate attack damage, so it's definitely one of the better ones for sure anyway. As for boots, I'm definitely feeling speed in this case for him. I don't think there are currently any perfect relic sets for him. Of course, like the physical damage set would be okay, but it still would take a while to get these 5 stacks of 5% attack. But not only do I not have any speed boots on this set, the relics I do have aren't great. So I'm probably just gonna go 2-piece, like speed, physical, attack, whatever. Possibly just fully broken set so we can get really good substats. But let's start with the best speed boots we can find. All of my speed boots are absolute trash somehow. There was one that's totally broken set which has some promise with attack crit rate, break effect. Break effect I guess is okay, would just prefer attack in most cases, but it's not like the worst thing ever. Okay, you don't have to only give me break effect though. We finally got some attack there, but unfortunately only 1 crit rate roll. We definitely want crit damage here. We get a nice crit rate boost from his talent. My crit damage bodies are somehow worse. I think what I'm gonna do is actually use some resin. It is so incredibly hard to get a crit damage body, period, let alone a good one. I've been very stingy with my resins. We should have a lot of them by now. We're probably gonna do hackerspace body just because the 2-piece is so versatile and it's useful for a lot of characters. Yeah, we have 10 self-modeling resins. But all right, here we go with the first one. Do we get to see what it actually is? I forgot. Fate Stranger. Okay. Def HP Def. Wow. I don't think it could have been much worse than that. We're gonna try again. What's this one? Attack def speed crit rate. Okay, honestly, we might just stick with this because it at least starts with 4 subs and has 2 good subs. Speed and crit rate there. Please, dude. I want to straight shot it all the way to 15 so I don't get more and more sad as it goes on. Here we go. Please, please. Oh God, 80 flat attack, 1 speed, 1 crit rate. Man, that sucks. I guess it could have just gone all into def. So I have to be a little happy, I guess. 80 flat attack is something. Oh man, this is massive cope right now. But okay, what can you do? We need 1 more hacker space to finish this. Yeah, I might just give Branya the 17 crit damage so I can steal her 22 crit damage, at least for now. So we're gonna take that and then swap. And then this last one can be totally off piece since we had to go for these speed boots, which is like dumb. They're not even good, but 2k attack is actually a lot considering we have a level 64 star light cone. So the perfect relic would have crit rate, crit damage, speed, and attack. I do not have any of those. So let's remove attack percent for now. Okay, we do have 1, not even equipped on anyone. The stats are a little bit all over the place. We have 3.2 crit rate and 23 crit damage. Actually, that might still be pretty good. And we have a lot with both crit rate and crit damage. Wow, but look at these. These are almost perfect, just break effect instead of speed. Kinda wanna raise these, but I'm sure just gonna go all into break effect though. These start with 4 and just def percent there. I'm gonna raise it until it goes to def. It went to def already. Okay, if it goes to def 1 more time, I'm done. Crit damage, attack percent. If it avoids def, it'd still be pretty good. Crit damage, okay. Well, I think we're just gonna take this actually. But all right, I guess we're pretty much ready to actually play with him now. Final look at stats, you have 2400 attack, 139 speed, 53 crit rate, going up to 80% with his stacks plus Fushun, 169 crit damage, 31 break effect, currently no energy regeneration rate. Again, I feel like that's probably gonna be good, but we'll play with him like this for now. We do have Tingyun there to give him a pretty nice buff. Hua definitely is another consideration. We probably could get away with swapping out Fushun for Hua and just get even more energy regeneration, but for now I wanna try it like this. This isn't necessarily the best team or anything. I think Pella would also be really good for her AoE def down and him being an AoE character. Again, I probably would use Hanya if she was raised. The others down here I'm not really too familiar with yet because I haven't really touched them, but let's see how this team goes. Let's just start off with our dailies. We got to clear a Cavern of Corrosion. This is actually some of the like mid difficulty sort of stuff, so sure. We got the ape dude there, which I believe is a pretty single target most of the time, so This will be a pretty challenging first battle for him. So we're gonna start off getting Fu Xuan's little aura here. Gonna do Argenti's skill. Did get a lot of energy. We'll go ahead and buff him as well already. Oh, well, we're kind of out of skill points, which is annoying. In this team, we need a lot of early skill points, you know, to get Fu Xuan's barrier there and Ting Yun's attack buff. But then after that, we should be able to more or less be skill point positive. We're gonna go ahead and give Ting Yun's ultimate to him as well to increase his energy. We can go and do another AoE attack. I didn't even really pay. Oh yeah, 41k. That's kind of less than the test run. The test run on Argenti must have been pretty insane. Can get Bronya's ultimate here. We can go ahead and do hers as well. Oh, and actually he would be ready to do his maxed ultimate here. So this is a pretty good scenario. We have all 5 enemies, hoping to see at least like 100k. Boom. Okay, almost 200, very much like test run. We could do his ultimate again, but we don't really have much buffs, basically just benediction from Ting Yun. And then we're going to bring him back to the front. So we at least have these damage buffs from Bronya as well. All right, here we go. Only 4 targets this time, so I guess it'll be a little less impressive, but should still do something here. 60, oh yeah, nice, 112. I'm still curious what kind of damage we can do on an actually single target. He is getting his ultimate really fast though, I gotta say. Okay, he already has his ultimate back. Again, in this case, what we're going to do is buff him, and then we can also do Bronya's ultimate here. Sadly, we don't have Ting Yun's buff anymore now. I always do something wrong, but I'm not really sure what to expect. We're gonna actually do his skill first and then do his ultimate right after. I'm pretty sure when you do it immediately, then it still counts as like the same turn here. So here we go. The first hit is 32. Ooh, actually insane. 93 for single target. Wow, that's actually really good. I was expecting a lot less, not only because, yeah, single target obviously, but this is also still raising mode, and his traces are 6. And his light cone is 60. We also, again, didn't even have Ting Yun's buff. I've mainly just been running World 8 for these new sets because they both sound pretty interesting for different situations, or different characters, I should say. We're not gonna have a huge advantage here because no physical weakness. And yeah, the path, probably just hunt. That's like the general DPS path, not necessarily just for hunt characters. I'm surprised they don't have more AoE paths. Like they have one for nearly every type of character, even basic attackers now. But I mean, hunt's blessings aren't necessarily single target focused or anything. Damn, we already got Auspicious Star though, like the best hunt card. And that 60% includes his full burst. So yeah, we're gonna use his ultimate now, and you can see we can probably just spam his ultimate again because these dudes will definitely die. Boom, we can just do his ultimate again on this next wave. And probably again, if they were, okay, sure, let's just do it again because, but then we won't have full ultimate for the next one because there's only one enemy. Okay, cool. We've made it to the first elite enemy, so let's see how this goes. So we got some buffs. Let's go ahead and do his ultimate here. Ooh, 216, okay. This is only the first elite, so it's not like we have a ton of buffs here. Oh, and we can do his ultimate again. Sure, why not? This one, I think we don't have as many buffs, and it's only single, but still 116. Okay, that first elite was absolutely nothing. Oh, yay. I have like the best curio selection though. Oh my God. 286, we're still pretty early on here. Coming up to the next elite here. Oh, there we go. We got 5 enemies. Okay, this should be pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and give that to him to start. Support Argenti, and then we're going to go ahead and actually, if we just give him all buffs, maybe, including Huahua's, the little attack boost there, and of course, we did waste a lot of energy regen, but I'm kind of hoping maybe with this AoE plus his ultimate, we can kill those minions. We will see though. Damage is 388, 549. Okay. Nice. I think I actually am gonna try Pella. This run went okay. We're ending with 17 blessings, 12 of them being the hunt cards. So here we go with the first attack here. We're getting a 142 single target. We are at the end of Sim Universe now with all those buffs, but a lot of the buffs we have take time to ramp up. So we'll see that maybe at his final phase here, some more interesting stuff. We got all the swords out in phase 2 here. We're going to try and death break all of them. Then we're gonna go ahead and give him the boost. We don't have all the boosts possible right now or anything because we're missing Bronya's ultimate, but this should still be pretty decent here. A 218 and then a 344. Oh geez, the swords didn't really take that much damage though. That's kind of surprising. But even his skill is still doing 133. Can do that again. Those swords should definitely die, so we should be able to get another ultimate off pretty much immediately. We're just gonna do it straight away. Almost 200k single target there. Ooh, big attack, big attack. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be a fail. That was honestly super unlucky that the boss decided to do its ultimate attack on Fushun with the exact amount of health where she didn't recover her own HP, but also was enough to kill her. So that was just really bad luck. But since I did actually want to see how he behaves on auto battle, we're gonna go ahead and try again. I'm mainly curious to see if he's going to wait until he has his 180 energy to do his ultimate or not. So in this case, he is not. He is just straight up doing the 90 energy one, but I mean, the enemies died from it, so that would of course be like the correct thing to do in that case. It'll be mainly interesting for more single target battles, because in that case, you really do want to get all 180 energy. So we'll see how auto handles that. In this case, we have 3 enemies, so maybe it is technically better just to do the 90, but actually right now he is doing his 90 on a single target, so auto is just kind of dumb, I guess. Maybe it would behave differently if it was an actual boss. I guess we'll all have to wait for the elite for that. Here is the first elite. Of course, Argenti already has his full ultimate in this case, so he's gonna use that first, of course. And now, still single target. Oh, wait, he's not using it. Okay, but now we have 3 enemies. Is he gonna use it now? No, still not. Interesting. Okay, that's at least something. He is definitely waiting until he has all 180. That's good. I'm thinking about playing it a little safer this time and maybe throwing a healer in there as well. The numbers won't be as impressive, of course, but we should be able to survive at least, which is arguably more important. And we're gonna see how they do on full auto here. There was a nearly 200k single target. I wish they would have waited a little bit because now all of his swords are out, but is what it is. Oh, I see the problem now. I think Argenti's just not super good for this boss in particular, because to actually get rid of these flying swords, you need to break their weakness, and it's either wind, lightning, or imaginary, which Argenti is none of. I was wondering why those things were like so tanky, but it's because I usually play with Imbibitor, and he does have imaginary, so he probably kills them sometimes at least. But of those 3 elements, we actually only have wind, and it seems like they don't have those weaknesses, except for one of them we actually did destroy. You can brute force it, I guess, which we're about to do, because yeah, now they're dead. But we're back in phase 3 now, which is where we died last time. Again, I feel like that was mainly bad luck because, you know, decided to target her, and she was like only a little bit above half HP before her own self-healing would have triggered. Oh god, here we go. Yeah, but you see, when she's like not already half dead, she survives and it's fine. Oh, it looks like this will probably be it here. Yeah, I didn't see anything too impressive, a couple like 200k hits or something, but yeah, mainly just wanted to see how they behave on auto, and decently smart actually. Again, there are some like nuances where I would have waited in phase 2 for all of the swords to come out, but that's the trade-off for being lazy and not clicking the buttons yourself, I guess. I think I'm most impressed with just the Cavern of Corrosion battle though, because we didn't have any like artificial sim universe buffs or anything, and yeah, there was like a 90k single target attack in there, and he still has so much potential to go as well, mainly in the trace and light cone department. But yeah, I'm probably gonna raise Hanya between here and then, so that for God mode we can actually try them out together. Make sure to tell me what you think about Argenti though in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.